Hey, welcome back to English with Noah. I'm your host, Noah, and today we're talking about something you do every single day but might struggle to explain in English. Your actual day.
It's so true. Someone asks, "How was your day?" And I'm like, "Good." And that's it. Conversation over.
Right, good, fine, busy, and then awkward silence. But here's the thing. Talking about your day is one of the easiest ways to practice English because you're just describing what actually happened to you.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know how to make it interesting. Like, do people really want to hear about my boring Tuesday?
Maya, everyone's Tuesday is boring. But the way you talk about it, that's what makes it interesting. So today we're going to have a real conversation about our days, and you'll see how naturally it flows. Maya, welcome back.
Thanks. I'm excited for this one because I actually need help with this.
Perfect. You're in the right place. So, how was your day today?
Already? We're jumping right in?
We're doing it. How was your day?
Okay. My day was pretty good. I got a lot done.
See, that's a start. But now I'm curious, what did you get done?
Oh, well, I had a few meetings this morning, and then I worked on a design project for a client. It took longer than I expected, but I'm happy with how it turned out.
Nice. So you had a productive day. That's already way more interesting than just good. You gave me details, meetings, a project. It took longer than expected. I can picture your day now.
I didn't even realize I was doing that.
Exactly. That's how normal conversations work. Someone asks about your day, you give them a little snapshot, and then they ask follow-up questions. It's like a ping pong game.
Okay, so how was your day?
My day? Chaotic. I woke up late because my alarm didn't go off.
Oh no!
I know, so I was rushing around trying to get ready, and of course I couldn't find my keys. I'm running around the apartment like a crazy person, and it turns out they were in my jacket pocket the whole time.
Classic.
Right? So I finally get out the door, and then I hit traffic. By the time I got to my first meeting, I was like 10 minutes late.
That's so stressful.
It was. But you know what? The meeting was fine, everyone was chill about it, and the rest of the day was actually pretty good. So it started rough, but ended okay.
See, that's a story. You made a boring day sound entertaining.
Because I added details and emotions. My alarm didn't go off is relatable. I couldn't find my keys is something everyone's experienced. You're just sharing little moments.
All right, let's talk about it. Mornings. Maya, what's your morning routine like?
Oh, I'm pretty boring. I usually wake up around 7, make coffee, check my phone for a bit.
Wait, for a bit? Be honest, how long?
Okay, fine. Like 30 minutes. I know, it's bad.
No judgment. We all do it. So you wake up, make coffee, scroll on your phone for half an hour.
Yeah, and then I finally get up, shower, get dressed. Sometimes I make breakfast, but usually I just grab something quick.
Like what?
Toast, usually, or yogurt with fruit. Nothing fancy.
That's perfect, though. See how you're describing it? I usually wake up around 7 is your routine. Sometimes I make breakfast shows variation. You're naturally using the language for talking about habits.
What about you? What's your morning like?
Oh, I'm a disaster in the mornings. I'm not a morning person. I set like 3 alarms because I know I'll snooze the first 2.
Same.
Right? So I drag myself out of bed, stumble to the kitchen, make coffee, strong coffee, and just kind of exist for a while until my brain turns on.
Until your brain turns on is so accurate.
It takes time. And then I usually skip breakfast because I'm running late, which is my own fault, but whatever. I grab coffee and maybe a banana if I remember.
Do you shower in the morning or at night?
Morning, always. I need it to wake up. What about you?
I switch it up. Sometimes morning, sometimes night. Depends on my mood.
See, this is a normal conversation. We're just talking about our routines, asking questions, sharing details. It's not complicated.
Okay, so after the morning routine, how do you talk about work without making it sound like a boring report?
Good question. You just focus on the interesting bits or the unusual stuff. So instead of saying, I worked all day, you could say something like, I had back-to-back meetings today and I'm exhausted.
Oh, that's more specific.
Right. Or you can share something that happened, like my coworker brought in donuts this morning, which was amazing, or I finally finished that project I've been working on for weeks.
So you're highlighting moments, not just listing tasks.
Exactly. People don't want a schedule. They want stories, even tiny ones.
What if you're a student?
Same thing. Instead of, I went to class, you could say, I had the longest lecture today. I thought it would never end. Or we had a pop quiz and I totally wasn't ready for it.
I remember those.
Right? It's relatable. Or you could say, I spent all afternoon at the library studying for my exam. That paints a picture.
What about if nothing interesting happened? Like literally nothing.
Then you say that. Honestly, nothing exciting happened today. Just a regular day. And that's fine. Not every day has to be an adventure.
But then the conversation might die, not if the other person asks a follow-up, like, what does a regular day look like for you? And then you're back in business.
All right, so we've covered mornings and work. What about after work? Maya, what do you usually do in the evenings?
It depends. If I'm tired, I just go home and relax, but sometimes I meet up with friends or go to the gym.
Okay, so let's dig into that. When you say relax, what does that actually mean?
Usually I change into comfy clothes, make dinner, and watch TV or scroll through my phone.
There you go. That's way more descriptive. I change into comfy clothes is something everyone understands. What do you usually make for dinner?
Nothing fancy. Pasta, stir fry. Sometimes I order takeout if I'm really lazy.
If I'm really lazy. I love the honesty. What's your go-to takeout?
Thai food. There's this place near me that's amazing.
See, now we're having a real conversation. We've gone from I relax to talking about Thai food. That's how conversations naturally evolve.
What about you? What do you do after work?
It varies. Some days I'm productive. I'll go to the gym, run errands, meal prep for the week. Other days, I'm completely useless. I'll just collapse on the couch and watch YouTube until I fall asleep.
Completely useless is so relatable.
Right? And that's okay. You can be honest about having lazy days. It makes you more human.
Do you cook?
Sometimes. I'm not a great cook, but I can make basic stuff. Chicken, rice, vegetables, the boring healthy stuff. But I also order food way too often. Pizza is my weakness.
What kind of pizza?
Oh, we're getting into the important questions now. I'm a pepperoni guy, classic. What about you?
Margarita. I like to keep it simple.
Respectable choice. See, we've been talking about our evenings and it's just flowed naturally. No script, no pressure.
Okay, what about weekends? Because my weekends are way different from my weekdays.
Oh, everyone's are. That's actually a great conversation topic. What did you do this weekend is like the most common Monday morning question.
So how do you make that interesting?
Just share the highlights. You don't have to describe every single hour. Like, this weekend I went hiking with some friends, or I basically stayed in bed all day Saturday and it was glorious.
Both are valid.
Totally. And then the other person might ask, where did you go hiking? Or what did you watch in bed? And the conversation continues.
What if you did a bunch of errands, like grocery shopping, laundry, cleaning?
Then you say, I had a super productive weekend, knocked out all my errands. Or you could be funny about it. I spent my entire Saturday doing laundry and adulting. Living the dream.
Adulting.
Hey, it counts. Errands are exhausting. You can absolutely complain about them in a funny way.
What did you do this past weekend?
Oh, Saturday, I met up with some friends for brunch. We went to this new cafe that just opened. The food was incredible, but the wait was insane. We were there for like 2 hours.
2 hours.
I know, but it was worth it. And then Sunday, I was supposed to be productive, but I ended up binge watching a show all day. No regrets.
What show?
See, you're doing it naturally. Asking follow-up questions, keeping the conversation going. That's exactly what you should do.
Here's a pro tip. If something unusual or funny happened during your day, lead with that. People love those stories.
Like what?
Like, okay, last week I was at a coffee shop and I accidentally took someone else's drink because we ordered the same thing. I took a sip before I realized and the barista was like, that's not yours.
Oh no.
I was so embarrassed, but it's a funny story now. So if someone asks about my day, I might say, you won't believe what happened at the coffee shop.
That's a good hook.
Right? It makes people curious. Or you could say, I had the weirdest commute this morning, or something funny happened at work today.
So you're creating a little story arc.
Exactly. Beginning, middle, end. Even if it's just a tiny story. I saw a dog wearing shoes on my walk this morning is more interesting than I went for a walk.
A dog in shoes?
It happened, and it made my day. Those little moments, that's what makes conversations fun.
Okay, we've talked a lot about sharing your own day, but what about when you're listening to someone else?
Great point. Asking good questions is just as important as answering them. So if someone tells you about their day, you want to show you're interested.
How?
Ask about the details. If they say, I went to a concert last night, don't just say, cool, and move on. Ask, who did you see, or how was it, or where was it?
So you're picking up on the interesting parts of what they said.
Exactly. And you can react emotionally, too. That sounds amazing, or, oh no, that's frustrating. People want to feel heard.
What if they're telling you about something you don't know anything about?
Then ask them to explain. I don't know much about that. Tell me more. People love sharing things they're passionate about.
That's true. I feel like conversations die when people just don't ask questions.
100%. It's like one person is doing all the work, but if both people are asking and sharing, it flows naturally.
All right, let's talk about ending the day. Maya, what's your nighttime routine?
Pretty simple. I usually wind down by watching something or reading. Then I do my skincare routine, brush my teeth, and try to get to bed at a reasonable time.
Try being the key word.
Yeah, I always say I'll go to bed early, but then I end up scrolling on my phone for an hour.
The classic bedtime procrastination. I do the same thing. I'll be like, okay, 10 p.m., time for bed, and then suddenly it's midnight and I'm watching random videos.
Why do we do that?
I don't know. It's like my brain doesn't want the day to end. But yeah, my routine is similar. Shower, maybe read a bit, try not to look at my phone and fail miserably, then eventually fall asleep.
Do you set an alarm for the morning?
Oh yeah, multiple. We've been through this. I need backups.
Same. I can't trust myself.
All right, let's wrap this up. Here's what we learned today. Talking about your day doesn't have to be boring or complicated. Share the interesting moments, add details, ask follow-up questions, and just be yourself.
And don't worry about making it perfect. Real conversations are messy. They jump around, they go off on tangents.
Like us talking about pizza in the middle of discussing evening routines.
Exactly, that's normal.
Right. The goal isn't to impress people with fancy vocabulary. It's just to connect and share what's going on in your life.
And the more you do it, the easier it gets.
100%. Practice by telling a friend about your day, or even just talking to yourself. Describe what you did this morning while you're making breakfast. It sounds weird, but it helps.
I'm definitely going to try that.
Do it. And remember, everyone's day is interesting to someone. You just have to tell it in a way that invites conversation.
Thanks for having me again, Noah. This was fun.
Always a pleasure, Maya. You're basically a co-host at this point.
I'll take it.
And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning in. Next time someone asks, how was your day? You'll know exactly what to say. Go out there, share your stories, and keep those conversations flowing. Until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and keep talking.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.